Welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trader, and today we're looking at this massive Lucid Dip. Now, of course, we know what this means. That means opportunity. All right, so we obviously had a big sell off here. They really didn't see any news as far as why the sell off happened. I think it was just people that were waiting for Lucid to go up higher than it did. And once it started out, they went ahead and sold, which is fine because that basically creates the opportunity, for us to even get more out of it. Because now you're talking about a 50-cent move that we could take advantage of. Now, as far as everything that's going on with Lucid, the market cap did go down some. Went from 8 billion back to 7.85 billion as far as the market cap. Average volume 233 million. The volume's pretty light today at 84 million. Open price 277. Low today 255. High today 281. No doubt we can see right here we kind of stuck at that 258. And it doesn't seem to be moving, to be honest with you. It's kind of stagnant. As far as news on Robinhood, we don't see too much of it. Just the same old, is it a buy? But I did find this. The next meme stock. And Timothy Chalamet named Lucid's global brand ambassador. So right here we can see that Lucid, they are trying to drum up some business by, of course, putting a famous person, on the front of their car. Which I always thought they should have done this anyway, but you know they could have used me. But anyhow, that's fine that they're doing that. So let's take a look at this real quick and see how this goes. We'll go ahead and turn up the volume. It's going to start in about 14, 13 seconds. And then we'll go ahead and see exactly what they're talking about with this brand ambassador deal.
Tesla in focus and second quarter earnings are on deck. President Trump's the bill should landscape with tax credits getting phased out. We have play the EV sector in Dow Finance Playbook. Joining now is the one and only Tom Narayan here in the flesh, lead equity analyst at Global Autos and OBC Capital Markets. Great to see you, especially on set. Let's dig right in. Tesla earnings on deck. Your clients are asking you, what are we going to see? What are we going to hear? What are you telling them?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of negativity, right, in the past few months, I would say. But really, when you look at the numbers, the deliveries were actually all right. S&P price had explanations.
It was better than some feared.
Better than a lot of people feared. And really, people were thinking that there was just like backlash against deliveries and that's why. But really looking at the numbers, that's not what's happened. Their performance in the U.S. was very similar to China. They have some stale models. They're going to have a more affordable model.
And what is that? What is that going to mean for growth? I mean, you got a revamped Model Y, a new affordable model. What does that mean for growth in the EV business there?
I think it's a big deal because there's this fear that there's this anti-Tesla kind of ideology. So
Well, Cheryl Crow's out there. You saw she's selling the Tesla. Come on, it was making headlines. But that was a thing. I didn't. Tom, we talk a lot about it. I couldn't talk about you. Whether there was this brand damage.
yeah, and the reality is people when you really dissect the numbers, one of the whole EV space in the US is down quite a bit in the second quarter. It's because of there's such a glut of used EVs in the market. I mean, a lot of my friends ask me, like, hey, what car should I buy? You should buy a used EV right now. You can get some crazy discounts. That's what's pressuring the numbers.
Yeah.
And this affordable car, I mean, let's see if it's actually coming in the third quarter. That's kind of the occasion. That can reignite demand. As you know, this is a narrative stock, right? People look at deliveries, and that's how the stock trades, even though we think it shouldn't.
We think it's more about autonomy and robotaxis and that sort of thing. But I actually do think if it does reaccelerate demand, you'll see the sentiment swing back in favor. What did you make? Why I have it because you mentioned robotaxis, the Uber Lucid partnership, because you cover Lucid, they're set to perform. I want to get your thoughts.
All right, so we see right there where the where the stocks are starting to go. As far as the EVs are concerned. So right now, I feel like the biggest deal when it comes to like Lucid, Tesla, Rivian, all of them is creating an affordable vehicle while at the same time still making money. That's really what it comes down. Creating an affordable vehicle while still making money. Whoever can do that, and Tesla's already ahead, you know, with this new Model Y. But the next player, who can be number two under Tesla, that's up in the air. It really comes down to who's going to be able to do it the best. Of course, we got a lot of different companies out here that can do so. Tell you one company that ain't going to do it, and that's Poster Automotive. But other than that, there's a lot going on when it comes to EVs and EV trading. Now, of course, when it comes to me and what I've been doing, today I got on the Wang and Lee Group boat. So I was able to catch it when it was at what was it at? I'm gonna say it was around point 50, point 55. So I caught it right here. And then once it hit 0.064, that's when I sold. So I was able to go ahead and take some profit right there. It's just a holding company that engages in installation of electrical and mechanical systems. It includes low voltage electrical systems, mechanical, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, and so on, so far, so on and so forth. Based out of Hong Kong, so it's a Chinese stock. Its market cap's 1.92 million. So it's basically about to go out of business. So right now, people are just kind of taking advantage of it on its way out. It actually dropped down to 4 cent earlier today, and I think that kind of made some people paranoid. But it picked back up. But you can definitely see that it's trending down. So this is one of those, because it trended and hit 4 tomorrow. You probably wait until it hits 4 to go ahead and even jump in and go ahead and start looking for that 10 cent move from 4 cent to 5 cent and taking advantage of that. Another stock that I'm looking at as far as dividends go is Realty Income, which most people already know about that. That's the monthly $3 dividend, and Petrobras, which I think is a Brazilian oil company, Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, Rio de Janeiro, and engages in oil and exploration and things like that. It has a pretty high dividend, at 11.26%, but that's not even like the main thing. Like, that's good, but what makes it make sense is that right there, that price earnings ratio, 8.72 cents. So that lets you know right there that the company's making money. 76 billion market cap. It's not going out of business anytime soon. 49,185 employees, 90% as far as the analysts are concerned, is a go. So what I'm gonna be doing with this, and even Realty Income, I'm go ahead and start getting my dividend game up. You know, it's one of those things where one gives you 5%, 5.6, the other one gives you 11%, but you can get more of the Petrobras. But at the same time, with Realty Income, it disperses every month. So easiest way to explain it is, let's say, for instance, you're trying to make an extra $100 a week. That's $400. To be able to do that, you have to take something like Realty Income with $57.22. Let's keep that in mind. $57. and 22 cents. All right, so each one of these represents $3. So we multiply that by 100. That'll get you $300. A month right there. So that's one of those. If you got it, that's cool. If not, you may want to start lower. Now, when you look at the Petrobras, you're talking about 11%, and it's at 11.67. So 11.67 times 11%, so point. So it's $1.28, basically per share. So keep that in mind. Basically $1. So $1 per share. So let's go ahead and take 11.68 and let's multiply by the same. Let's just say 400 or 300. So times 300. That's how much of it you would need right there to be able to get $300 of a dividend yield. Now the difference with this is I'm pretty sure it's quarterly. So then you multiply that by you don't have to multiply by anything. You just take that 300, multiply by 3 months, and basically you get an extra $900 every 3 months. You keep on putting on to that. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do, because one thing about Petrobras is it's also moving upward. That's the difference, because realty income really isn't moving. Where Petrobras, we can see right there, it was at 11.38, and now it's at 11.68, and has the potential to even go up to 11.97, maybe even $12. Let's go a year back. It was at 13.12, 16.79. At one point in time, this thing was a $57 stock. If you go to the max, that was back in 2008. So there's potential there, especially if it's making money, and that's the key point: the fact that it's making money. It's not like some cheap Chinese stock that's gonna go out of business sometime soon. So who knows? I may start dollar cost averaging this, and we'll see what we can do. But anyhow, I digress. Keep trading, and make sure you take the proper precautions, and don't forget to like, don't forget to follow. It's Mike Dub, 27 day trader. I'm out. Deuces.